GTTB. And we're back. What's up with you? So. Errol Spence is getting ready to have a fight. Another one. Right? And this fight is with an actual brawler. This is not a boxer. This is not a puncher. This is a miniature Mike Tyson in his prime with less power. And maybe slightly more awkward. Maybe not as much technique, turn down the technique. And then shrink him down a little bit. And that's Sean Porter. And that's who Errol Spence is going to fight. Now, I'm going to tell you why it's a bad style matchup for Errol Spence. And everybody thinks that Errol Spence is going to wash this dude. Everybody thinks that Errol Spence is going to run through this dude and he's just going to go to fight Terrence Crawford. It ain't that easy. Alright? Sean Porter may not be one of the strongest boxers. His boxing game is not that strong, as much as he likes to talk about it. It's not bad. It ain't bad. Very versatile in being able to switch up for a couple seconds, but we all know what he loves to do. He loves to maul and brawl. And he's coming in, and Errol Spence does not like that. And the way I know this is if you go back to the Clottey fight, you can see when he was getting pushed forward, he did okay. But he did get hurt. Clottey was definitely hurt him. Now, he ended up finishing the fight, you know. But Clottey's not at the brawler level of a Sean Porter. He's not at that level, you know. So think of that where if you go watch the Clottey fight, think of that dude with about 50% more pressure. And Errol Spence does not like to go back. And I keep telling people this. I've told people before, Errol Spence does not like to go back. Now, I'm not saying that Errol Spence is going to lose the fight. But it's definitely going to make people think. Because I already know what I feel is going to happen in that fight. Errol's going to get cut. Errol's going to get hit. Errol's going to get pushed back. But this is when we're going to actually, for the first time, I know people go back to Kell Brook and they say, well, Kell Brook beat Sean Porter, so Sean Porter can't beat Errol Spence. In my opinion, I don't feel Kell Brook won that fight. That's just my opinion. I feel like his style was cleaner because he was definitely a more accurate puncher. Was he more effective, though? I don't think so. I feel Sean Porter was more effective. I feel Sean Porter disrupted his rhythm a lot, and he had these little 1-2s. And he broke it down to 1-2. Clinch. 1-2. Clinch. 1-2. Clinch. And I feel that the reason he was fighting like that is because he had no other choice. Now, I don't think he won. I think the shots he did do were cleaner. But Kell Brook that's what he is. He's a 1-2. Us, and then grab. You know, that's Keith Thurman. He's whatever he does and then grabs. But that's his style when it comes down to hard fights. And we've seen that in multiple fights. And he does throw combinations when he feels good. But when he doesn't feel safe and comfortable, he does the 1-2. He goes back to the 1-2. And you always got to look at what fighters revert back to. You know, because that's their bread and butter. How uncomfortable are you making that fighter where he has to go back to the basics? That's a skill in itself. Yeah, man, we're going to talk more about this, and I'm going to break down even more why y'all got this Errol Spence thing all wrong. It's going to be a hard fight, a really hard fight, and it may show some weaknesses on Errol Spence. We're going to talk about it. We're going to break it down in the next video. GTT